my head. Mac? Mac, you there? Mac! Mac! God damn it, I can't get to him. That storm looks too fierce.
Alright, yeah. So this was the start of my level. Basically I wanted the player to wonder where they are, as obviously they've just woken up underneath this ship, so they must have been in a crash or something like that. That's what I wanted them to think anyway. As you can see out here, there is a a storm going on, and if the player was to actually enter it, then they get damaged. The only way to stop it is to press this button, which starts the engine and gets rid of the storm.
Alright, now I should be able to get to him.
Yeah, the reason why the camera actually pans over to the door is because a lot of people had issues wondering where to go, so basically I just gave them that extra little push showing them where to go. Even though the voice acting at the start says to go to, oh, I need to get to him but the storm's too fierce. And basically this is obviously a player choice now, because they can actually run past him, but they can also go over to him.
Damn it, Mac! No pulse. Looks like I'm on my own for now.
And find out that he's actually dead. So now you're on your own. So now it's up to you to up to the player to explore this facility.
Decontamination in progress. Decontamination complete.
Decontamination?
Now, with that section, originally I wanted the air outside to be like poisonous or something like that. So basically, that's why the decontamination is there. To decontaminate anybody who's actually been out on the planet, because obviously you're on a different planet at the moment.
Target is down in Sector A. Ensure there are no survivors.
And as you heard there
Move fast.
There is the people that own this facility actually have shot down your ship, and now they're off to check for survivors. So now you obviously have to get away from there and continue through this facility. Now here is this section is the like a power station, it's called the vent power station, and the reason why the storm is coming through is because it uses friction to
Window confirmed. Be on the lookout.
friction to gain the power, via kinetic energy. And obviously this adds a nice little gameplay mechanic that the players have to run through before they take damage. And here,
Better stay out of sight.
here obviously the door is. I entered the door, and now there is a ship coming down with enemies on it. Now originally here, I wanted the player to have to sneak over to that weapon over there, and then realise that they had one bullet and think, oh, how am I going to deal with these enemies? But then the enemies would actually walk away. But a few AI kismet problems didn't allow me to make the enemies actually walk away. They just kept on staying on their patrol paths. So I changed the gameplay here and gave the player an actual weapon, so now there's like a nice little firefight across the ravine, which is actually quite
Just
fun.
what I need.
First blood.
I'm nearly dead. Originally that one shot was supposed to be for that button to make the bridge fall, but obviously it doesn't really matter. And with the character, I wanted the character to be human, and I wanted to give him a personality, which is why there's voice acting saying, "Oh yeah, just what I need" when he picks up the weapon, and when he drop kicks this because he's badass.
Ah, fuck! What the hell was that?
And as you can see there's something that passed underneath us. Again, I wanted to give the player a sense of like, what the hell is that? So they continue through the level and hopefully find out what it is. So basically, as well as the people that own the facility, there is something else on the planet that's underneath the facility.
We got shots fired at the ravine power station.
And originally that was going to say, oh, Sector A is clear, or Sector B is clear, the ravine area. But obviously because of the gameplay changes, I changed it to shots fired, because obviously they would realise that their men have been taken down. Now here, given the player two choices, they can either go right or they can go carry on down the corridor, but obviously they won't know which way is which, but I will show you both. And yeah, basically right is a lot more sneaky and this way is a lot more faster paced, so I will go this way first and then I'll show you the vent. Alright, one thing I forgot to mention before when you cross the bridge and you drop the weapon, basically I wanted to give the player a sense of, yes, I've got a weapon now, but then I wanted to strip it away completely when they cross the bridge, so then they are unarmed again. And one of the main reasons why I added a sprint mechanic was because this hallway is pretty long, and obviously you can just run through it. But you get into a lot
in Sector B. Lockdown initiated.
Basically after a while, you'll hear audio. Hopefully.
There's gotta be a way out of here.
There we go. Because just in case you didn't know how. And if you go into this window and say press E to kick, you kick it again, and kick it a third time, and then the window smashes. That's the storm in. You have to run over to this button. Activate emergency lockdown, and then wait for the actual lockdown. And as you pass here, the re-lockdown passes by, causes everything to shake.
The relax here. Everybody in Sector C and D, defensive positions.
And then everything starts going hectic. So I wanted to level the start off really slow and start to build up towards the end. But obviously you've still not got a weapon, so the player will be thinking like, oh, I really need a weapon if I'm going to have to fight that thing. Well, again, setting the scene a little bit more, I wanted to make the game quite cinematic. And also, you start getting to see more of what this monster is as you progress through the level, and then finally you get a weapon here. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the vent room, the right way. As you saw a second ago from the lockdown, you set the alarm off, but as well when you come through here, you also set the alarm off except you get locked in and can't get out, but the only way out is here, through this vent, which is why it's called vent. As well, when you're going through the lockdown area, you once the lockdown's initiated and you start running away, you see the monster go past the window. Basically, I wanted the monster to always be there, so as if it's following the player. So obviously, if you go that way, it passes the window. But if you go here, if you hear it in the background, then it is the one that initiates the vent.
I'm gonna get around these guys.
And now, basically, here is where the player will have to sneak, and they actually can sneak the enemies. When they see you, they'll shoot, and when they don't see you, they won't shoot. So as long as you're behind cover, they're not going to shoot. So I'll wait for him to start running away. These boxes. And that's enemy 1. So obviously that one was quite easy. There's a lot of crates, but this next one there's not so many crates. So you gotta be careful. Just not spied me. So there you go. There's not so many crates, and there's a lot of gaps. Basically, I wanted to ramp up the difficulty for each area.
And relax here. Everybody in Sector C and D, defensive positions.
And seeing as this way links up with the other way, so from the lockdown you come down one corridor and enter this next room, you also come this way, and both cutscenes actually link up, as you'll see in a second. Except you sneak over to the guards rather than walk over to the guards. And then the monster, again, still crashes through anyway. So as you can see more of the monster, as I explained before. So as if it's actually after you rather than the facility. and with that button I wanted to add a bit more diversity to the doorway, to the doors, because normally the player's just walking over to it and the door will open, whereas if I just changed it up a little bit and added a button so that they are to interact rather than just walk over to it, which just adds a lot, you know, a bit more depth. And basically now I'm just going to let this next section run through, because it's a pretty long cutscene. Yeah, so this is like the climax, and basically that's what I wanted. I wanted the level to you know, start off slow paced, and then sort of start ramping up, whichever way you go. So obviously you've snuck through, then the reload even still bursts through the bridge, but if you've gone through the lockdown, obviously it's fast paced running through the corridor. Now you get here, and then now obviously that bridge has been knocked out, so there's only one way you can get across, which you'll see in a second, and then it gets onto the final battle, and then I'll start talking about the final battle when we get to it.
Oh, here goes nothing.
Crap!
Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me!
Alright, so yeah, as you can see with the cutscene, so basically I wanted to add more personality to my character. As you can see, he's just literally just crashed through this wall. Crashed through this wall, and then the monster obviously came crashing through the floor. So basically, he was badass in the first place for jumping onto the ship, and then he's just like, oh god damn it, now I've got to fight this big guy. And I've still not got a weapon, but if I go over to here, the weapon fell out of the ship, and I can use it to fight this the monster. So I can use these ships as well. Over here, or I could die. But yeah, go over here, use this one as cover. I could use this one as cover. I prefer using this. Basically, originally with the design of the monster, I wanted it to be AI, but unfortunately there was an issue with having AI coming out of the floor, yeah, which I didn't actually realise would be an issue, but because I wanted him so big, I had basically added an animation to him and spawned projectiles from him, which actually deal quite a lot of damage, as you could probably see then, because I just literally blew up. So yeah, I'll just go on to the final cutscene, and well, basically the final cutscene when I kill him, and then that'll be the end of my life. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it.
Well, I'm glad that's over with. Congratulations on finding the hidden room. Now get out!